Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're switching things up a bit. One of the most highly requested comments that I get, one of the most highly requested things here on the channel is, Zach, what do you use in your gaming setup? What is in your office? What monitors are you using? Keyboards? What's behind you sometimes? So today, I wanted to give you guys a full office tour of everything here in this room. Now, this has been upgraded a bit since the last one. I think I did it a little over a year ago. Some of it'll look kind of familiar if you saw that video as well, but this is by far my best setup to date. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get into it. This is my 2023 office / gaming setup tour. Okay, so when you walk into the room, this is the general overview that you see. I think we'll start and go around the room and then finish at the desk, since obviously we're gonna spend the most time there, and you know, that's where all the spicy stuff is, right? But yeah, I mean, you first walk in, you get a nice glimpse of me. Hey, hi, how you doing? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why I still have this mirror on the wall. This used to be a bedroom. If you guys watched the last office tour, you'll notice most of this is the same as before with a few upgrades here and there, but yeah, I never took that down. If we go up, you'll notice I got this clock. And I was like, oh, this is a sick clock. It's, you know, like not a digital clock. It's got the cool piece of wood. I love like the wood aesthetic. This stopped working after like a week. Also, I'm pretty sure it's crooked as well. So like, yeah, it's just more of an aesthetic now than anything else. It doesn't actually tell the time. You got some closet doors. There's also a closet behind the doors, as curious as that may sound. That's just like a bunch of extra boxes and storage and stuff. We're not gonna go in there because it's just a mess. You guys don't need to see that. I got like sort of a bunch of random stuff over here. So we got the modem, we got the fancy like Asus router that I apparently need to fix. Don't worry about that. Yeah, this is like, it looks like it's a spider or a crab or something, but it's a cool router. I mean, it does the job. I don't know if it's like crazy better than a cheaper router would have been, but it's nice for gaming. It makes like getting the open net and everything super easy. And yeah, I have like my own separate internet line in this room now, which is super convenient because I can just have everything here and it's all good to go. Then the rest of my house doesn't have to, you know, slow it down or anything there, which is pretty cool. I also got this little gift from Scuff a while ago. It's like a custom little light that says Immortal on it. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. So got that sitting over there, remote for the soundbar. Oh, kind of missed the big TV that you can kind of see me in. Samsung TV, I think this is like a 55-inch, if I remember correctly. I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't get used for anything other than sports. It's either Nuggets, Vikings, or Avalanche. Sometimes the Rockies, but they're disappointing. So yeah, that's why that's there. Can chill out, sit in the office, work, play games, have some sports on in the background. And yeah, pretty nice for that. I also, on the little shelf down here, got the VR headset, the Meta Quest 2, I think that is what it's called. I only use that for Beat Saber, that's all I play. We got some extra gamer advantage stuff as well, a few extra pairs of frames and some cleaning stuff there. Then on the bottom shelf, by the way, the cable management over here is abysmal. We're not gonna talk about that. It's not incredible there, but it's a little better. Anyways, this is like for charging stuff, and like I got a UPS, that's down there, and then just like a bunch of charging stuff for camera batteries, the camera mics, stuff like that. It's a mess over here. We don't look in this corner too much for the cables. And then as we peer behind the desk, you can kind of get a glimpse of the cable management that I have routed all over my monitor stand. I mean, it doesn't look pretty from back here, but you're also never looking at it from back here. So, you know, it kind of is what it is. Got a little fan down there for the summer. As I'm sure you can imagine, when you have a bunch of monitors and 2 computers underneath the desk and lights and everything else, it turns into a sauna in here when it's warm outside. So got the fan blowing some nice cool air there when the AC is actually on. Got a little subwoofer. I'm not gonna walk back here because frankly, I don't know if I'm gonna fit with the camera and everything. So we're just gonna zoom in and hope that it focuses. Oh yeah, there we go. So I got a subwoofer there. It's actually a wireless subwoofer for the speakers that I have on my desk. We'll get to those in a bit. And then I got the console shelf. You guys can see on the bottom there, we got the PlayStation 5. Then I really only use that for like the COD early betas and stuff. Occasionally, if there's some exclusives like God of War Ragnarok, I'll put that on, but don't really use the consoles all that much. Second shelf, got the Xbox. And also behind that, there is a DAC as well. We'll talk more on that in a bit.
Third shelf, we've got all of my SCUF controllers. I have a million of them. I got PS4 ones, PS5 ones, Xbox ones. They've sent me a lot over the years. I've also gotten a couple over the years just because there's a lot of really cool designs. Might do some B-roll over those so you guys can get a better look. And then at the top, I think it's honestly easier if I just go around here. Just got like some collectible stuff. Call of Duty sent me a couple of custom shoes. The dog is going crazy outside. The Call of Duty League sent me a pair, and then also we got a pair for Vanguard as well. So I have 2 of those pairs over there, and I've got the other 2 pairs on the shelf there. Why I split them up, I don't know, but I think it looks cooler. Got a couple of Call of Duty controller stands as well. Battlefield actually sent me a custom Battlefield controller, which is pretty cool. Another SCUF. Behind that, we actually have an ammo box that Vanguard sent us, or Call of Duty sent us during Vanguard, and then I think that was a Cold War crate as well. It's got my name on it and Call of Duty, so that's pretty cool. Just a couple of collectibles there. Then honestly, you can see the SCUF controller is pretty good here. A lot of cool designs. You got obviously a ton of blue aesthetic. If you can't tell, blue's kind of the color theme of the channel. And yeah, they've sent me a lot of controllers over the years. They work well though, I love them all. So that's the behind the desk. Then we pan over. Obviously we got the key lights on the desk themselves. Those are fantastic for lighting. The one mistake I did make, obviously when we have the room here, the desk is placed right in the center, which means I kind of have to have the lights facing at me. I can't like deflect them off of the wall and make the light a little bit more natural. So that's one mistake I made. It is what it is though. But yeah, we pan across the desk. This is actually a new piece. If you caught the last setup video, like I said, most of this is largely the same. This is something that I don't think I had during that one. This is a custom sort of like wooden mosaic that I got off of Etsy. It's 3 different pieces. You can kind of see where it splits up there. There's the one tiny little crack, and then there's one like there somewhere as well. But I think this is pretty cool. Not only does it look cool and it's like super unique, it's another wood aesthetic piece that I again really enjoy, but it also helps with the acoustics and the sound in this room as well. Obviously, if I'm sitting right here and talking and the wall is right there, a lot of that audio is gonna bounce off that wall and sound kind of echoey, so that helps out a ton with that. Honestly, I could probably put something on the smaller part of the wall here, but I think I'm maybe saving that spot for the YouTube plaques. Obviously, we've got my 100,000 subscriber plaque there. I kind of want to wait until we eventually hopefully get the 1 million one, and I can throw both of them on the wall there. Then they'll actually be visible in the face cam from that perspective as well. Also, if you want to help us get to that 1 million subscriber goal quicker, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Obviously, daily videos coming at you. But moving on, like I said, we got the YouTube plaque there. Also have like a custom little wooden tiger picture here. This is actually from Sweda. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. He's the one who actually designed my channel logo as well. He does a ton of insane art, and this is one of the pieces he had for sale. And of course, it's the tiger. It kind of goes along with the channel, so had to cop that as well. Then we got the G Fuel fridge here, one of my favorite things. One, because it's super unique. Not everyone has these. Also, just because it's mad convenient. I can keep all the cans in there. I got a couple of my custom shaker cups as well. Obviously, on top, we got even more custom shakers. They sent me a ton of these when they first dropped. Also, if we want to see these re-released one day, maybe we get like an all-black shaker eventually with the logo. I think that would be pretty sick. Be sure to use code Immortal on all your G Fuel products for a nice little discount there. We also got the Carnage shaker as well, the tall boy, and recent pickup of mine, the hammer, Mjolnir. This is from God of War Ragnarok. This was part of the collector's edition. I had to pick up this. Not only is Ragnarok a fantastic game, but I love like Viking stuff. Norse mythology is like one of my favorite things. I think it's so cool. So Viking themed stuff and Norse themed stuff, I love. Had to pick that up. I think it's a cool little addition to the backdrop there. I also got a light in the background there that's like a little wall light. This is the remote for it actually over here. It now shines blue, and we can change that to whatever color we want. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna change it for the video because it took forever to find that shade of blue. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a cheap light, but it gets the job done and it works. As we move on, we then got like the little shelf here. If I back up, I can kind of show you guys the whole thing. There's a ton of stuff on here. We got some lights. These are some Philip Hue lights that I have on each side, obviously, for the backdrop. Then on the back here, you guys probably can't see it, but there's a little light strip as well. So if I were to go over to the Stream Deck, I can turn that on, and suddenly the entire aesthetic back here changes. So I got kind of like this sunset vibe going on right now. So I can turn these lights on. They're obviously, I can choose these to have any color. I got the light strip in the back as mentioned, and then around the little desk there, and by the way, I keep a bunch of my old G Fuel stuff there and some Pokemon card boxes. I got a light strip going around the back of this desk, then also a couple of extra lights down there as well. So I have all the colors in the world back here at my disposal, and we can kind of set whatever vibe we want. Turn those off for now so it's a bit easier to focus on here. Up top, these are 3 of my favorite possessions, I won't lie. These are base set booster packs, obviously Pokemon. They are all weighted heavy, which means they're more likely to have a holographic card in them. I bought these for like super cheap when the Pokemon card market was first starting to sort of take off. So these have probably like gone up in value a lot. I don't think I'll ever open them because the second I open them, they lose their value, but it's pretty cool to have these. Like they're super rare, and yeah, I got them like in the protector cases and everything, and I think they're super cool. I'm a huge Pokemon nerd, have been since I was a kid, so to own those is pretty neat. I'm gonna sit down now, make this easier on myself. So obviously I have an infinite supply of G Fuel here. I have so much G Fuel, and it makes a good backdrop as well. I think it's got all the colors as well, all these different flashy tubs, so that works well. Also got a few of my other favorites and some of my favorite shaker cups as well. Obviously another one of the custom ones, the OG Carnage cup, the Miami Nights one, some of the more decorative ones. Also shout out Gamer Advantage, obviously another partner here on the channel. They sent me their own custom shaker, which I think is super cool, so I've got that there as well. They've got some like ornament mini G Fuel shaker cups. I kind of just put them there for now. And we got the Carnage custom chair pillow as well, which is super cool. Then down on the bottom, if you guys didn't know, big Minnesota Vikings fan, got a signed Adam Thielen helmet there. A bunch of old Xbox 360 and PlayStation games. I mean, I pretty much own everything digitally now, so these are just kind of here. We got some Pokemon Pop Funkos. A lot of the, obviously we got all the starters, right? We got Vulpix in there as well. We got Pikachu. We got basically all the evolutions from the start. We also have Eevee as well. We got some Mewtwo going on. We got some Growlithe going on. Again, like I said, big Pokemon nerd. I also got a bunch of Pokemon cards here that I was planning on eventually sending in to have them graded because they're some of the better cards, and I just never got around to it, so now they're sitting here in their little sleeves. And then over on the far right here, we got some Pokemon like little books. Inside of those are a ton of cards from, again, when that phase was going crazy and everyone was opening Pokemon cards. So those are completely full of stuff. We got some leftover scuff boxes as well from the tons of controllers that I've got for there. And then lastly here, we got a couple of more collectibles as well. The other pair of shoes is here. We also got some postcards and some little stuff like that from Call of Duty, also from Control Freak as well. They sent me a custom controller, another scuff there, then an old headset with another pair of Control Freaks back there. And then finally here on the top, just a bunch of Call of Duty stuff that they've sent me over the years that I absolutely could organize better, and I just haven't. Obviously, they're big fans of coffee mugs. I like them all because they're all pretty unique. We got Vanguard, we've got an OG Verdansk one for BCH4, the news station back there, little thermos with some custom dog tags. We got the Gulag hat from back in the day. We got a soccer ball, and of course, laying on top of the shelves here is like the Verdansk soccer team sort of scarf here, but honestly I think it looks nice as like a complimentary piece on the shelves.
Also, I somehow completely forgot to show you guys what I have on the wall above my shelves, but basically I just have a couple of different canvas art pieces here from various different locations across Colorado. I live here, I love it, I love the mountain aesthetic, so I kind of got all 4 seasons going on here. Nothing too crazy, but it brings a nice vibe to the room.
But now, the moment you've been waiting for, or you skipped to in the video, the actual desk. What do we got going on here? Well, like I said, if you saw the OG setup video from like a little bit ago, maybe over a year ago, not much has changed, but I've upgraded some things here and there. So starting first over here, I've got, for some reason, 2 wallets, and I don't know why, but there's 2 wallets there. Gotta have the Hydro Flask, staying hydrated all day. A few of you might recognize what this is here, which I think is super cool. This is a Carnage coaster. We made these, and they were for sale years and years ago for Carnage, and they're not around anymore. And if you have one of those, you are an OG sub, you are an OG fan, which is pretty unique. Curious to know if any of you guys have those. Let me know in the comments below. Remote for the TV, so I can be disappointed by my sports teams. We got the Go XLR. This thing is incredible. If you are a streamer, a content creator, it does so many things for audio. It is unreal. I can change all my voices with the different effects here. I can monitor all my audio going in and out from the game, from Discord, from my mic. It's super useful. So I love that. Obviously, we got the Shure SM7B on a Rode PSA1 mic arm here. Just makes it nice and easy to access the mic, and it sort of has like that floating appeal there. I try and keep the cable management here pretty clean. I think I've done a good job. We just won't, oh man, it's peeking out down there. We won't talk about what's under the desk quite yet. I also got the speaker set up. I actually just recently got these. These are Edifier speakers. I think that's how I pronounce the company name. They were a little bit more expensive, but honestly, they're super, super high quality. Got one there, got one on the other side of the desk as well. And then, like I said, you guys are gonna see the cable management. I have the wireless subwoofer back there. So got a little bit of bass, a little bit of kick from that. And then obviously the sound of the speakers right there is fantastic. As mentioned, got the key light on each side, and then down here I got the Elgato Stream Deck. This is actually a custom Warzone one that they sent me back during the Vanguard era, and I can actually go ahead and do everything remotely from that and turn on the lights, which is super convenient. So I don't have to go obviously behind those and turn those on. I can just do it all from that. I can change scenes, I can play funny videos, pretty much do whatever from there, which is awesome. This is also a relatively new pickup. This is a preamp for my headset. This is the Jotunheim 2, and yes, that's actually the company name. It's not a bad product, it's a fantastic product, but they named themselves that. So I've got that there, and like I said, that's a preamp for my headset, which I keep right here on this nice little like $15 hook that I got from Amazon. But these are the Beyerdynamic DT1990 Pros. You do need a preamp to power these. And then I just route that into my Go XLR, then I can hear everything from both of my computers, and the sound quality is incredible. Also, on here I do have some aftermarket ear pads as well. These are from Dakani, I think is the brand, and they're super comfortable, a lot more comfortable than the stock ear pads. Disregard this, it's the cap for the lens on the camera I'm using. Speaking of cameras, this is what I use for my Facecam usually. This is a Sony A7S III camera. I also have a crazy lens on there. You know what? I'm gonna go around the back so you guys can see exactly what the lens is. That's, well, focus, yeah, don't mind the dust, it's part of the aesthetic. That's the lens I use. It was kind of expensive, but it looks incredible. I think it looks really good. I'm stepping on things, oh, everything's falling apart. Anyway, it makes the background look really clean. It kind of blurs it, but it keeps everything noticeable as well, while obviously having really crisp quality on me as well. So really like the look of that. We of course have the triple monitor setup. These are actually all brand new. I usually keep 2 on my main gaming PC until I start to play games. Then I go 1 streaming, 2 streaming, or recording because I don't stream right now obviously. But these are all 27-inch 1440p 240 hertz monitors from Asus. Super nice monitors. They make everything look incredible, and also they're fantastic obviously for competitive gaming. That said, Asus is coming out with 1440p OLED monitors here soon, and I'm probably gonna pick those up because they sound awesome. Now I do have all those on a triple monitor stand. I don't even know if they sell this stand anymore. This thing is beefy and heavy. Then on here we just got some like essentials. I gotta be chewing gum all the time, that way I'm not snacking on like unhealthy stuff. Working on the diet here, so gum's nice and clutch. We got a audio controller obviously for the speakers. That is for the fan overhead, which I turned off because I didn't want audio there. And then I got some chapstick there because I'm talking a lot. You can't have dry lips when you're talking because it sounds terrible. This is one of my new favorite things. This, my friends, is the remote for that. And what is that, you might ask? That is my own air conditioning unit. This is like a mini split, I think it's called. Like I said, this room turns into a sauna when I close the door and I'm gaming at night. It would be so miserable in here playing and recording and doing whatever because it gets so hot. That keeps everything nice and cool, and I love it. I just got that a couple of months ago, and it's my favorite thing in here, hands down, because I'm always comfortable now. It's incredible. As far as the peripherals go, obviously I got 2 keyboards, 2 mice, because we got the double PC, PC1, PC2. We'll get to those in just a moment. But I got 2 keyboards. These are each Ducky keyboards. I think it's the 1-2. This one is just a 80% one for the streaming PC. Then I have a full-size one for my main PC and the gaming PC. Yes, I use the numpad because I use this computer, my gaming computer, for obviously gaming, but also for, just everyday work, whether it's editing videos, content, stuff like that. I do have some custom keycaps on these, and I think these are awesome. These are all custom Pokemon keycaps. So we got Arcanine there. We also have Haunter there. I have 2 Gengars on this computer because I bought 2 Gengars. Come on, focus for me. You can do it. You can do it. It's not gonna focus. Oh, there we go. It kind of did. So I got a Gengar there, I've got a Gengar there. Gengar's my favorite Pokemon, in case you were wondering. Then I also have like a bunch of the starters as the spacebar on this one. So we got Pikachu, we got Charmander, we got Bulbasaur, we got Squirtle there. And then also, we've got a Dragonite Enter key. Then on this keyboard, this one's a little bit more custom. I still have a couple of Pokemon keycaps just for the heck of it. So we got a Lapras there. And then also over here, I've got a Vaporeon. Obviously, the theme of this one is white and blue since that's kind of the color scheme. Now, I've got 3 different keycap sets on this keyboard. I have the stock one, which is the black ones that you see. I have also, it came with this awesome tiger logo because Ducky does like a bunch of animals for like year of the animal, right, on their space bars. And that just fit perfectly, right? But anyways, that's like the stock keycap set. The blue keycap set is its own thing, so I use that for some of the accent pieces. And then I have like this rune keycap set as well that I use for a couple of the keys here. Again, just as an accent piece. Again, I love Nordic stuff. I love like the Viking stuff, so I thought that looked super cool. Then for my mice, obviously one for the gaming PC, one for the streaming PC. These are both Final Mouse mice, one blue, one black and blue. Again, just fits the overall color. They're super lightweight, like these things are crazy high quality. Then they just connect to the little like dials there that go to each computer. Then to pretty much round things out, got my current SCUF controller with some control freaks on there. I'm using the Iceman Isaac controller right now. I love that. Little pocket knife for when I open things. I need eye drops like crazy. I have terrible allergies that make my eyes itch like crazy, so I've got all of those. And then I got the remote for the light, like I said, and an extra control freak back there that's like years old, but I used it for years. And then I have a clock back there as well.
I also somehow forgot to mention the actual desks themselves. So I have two different desks here. On the left is a, I think, 42-inch desk, and then on the right is a 60-inch desk to make an L. These are custom solid walnut Uplift desks. They are super heavy duty, and obviously when I have all this equipment on top, you gotta have a super sturdy desk, so these things rock. Like I said though, they are like the real deal, solid wood, super heavy, and I'm not looking forward to the day that I have to move them.
So that's pretty much the on top of the desk. Then let's get to what is on the bottom of the desk. So first up over here, this is my streaming PC or my recording PC that I use. Obviously it's a dual PC setup, which makes it so that I can play games seamlessly on my gaming PC with no lag, with nothing to worry about there, and I can record everything on this PC. So this one is kind of old. I probably am due for some upgrades here in the future because this one is starting to have some issues, but this I got from iBuyPower, I think, years ago. The core components you need to know about this one, it is a i9-10900K. It's got a 3090, then it's got 64 gigs of RAM, and for whatever reason, I just noticed my RAM's not lighting up. I don't know what happened there, but it's not doing it. I kind of tried to change everything to blue here to, again, fit the overall theme, and this computer is a pain to try and get all the RGB to line up correctly, which is probably why the RAM's not lighting up. The cable management's kind of iffy right here. I just didn't have anything to do. I can slide that underneath there and it looks a little bit better. My idea with cable management is hide them, because then you can't see them, right? So yeah, that's the streaming PC. It's got a lot of cables going into it in the back, and then they all route over to that PC, which we'll get to now. This is my brand new gaming PC that I absolutely love. So this thing is a beast. Shout out to Power GPU. They are who built this for me, and they allowed me to customize everything. And like I said, this thing is a monster. So if I can get it to focus right, I don't know, hopefully the lighting looks okay on it, but this thing has an AMD 7950X. I'm gonna try and keep moving the lighting so that it looks okay for it, but it's got a 7950X processor, brand new. It's got the 4090. Currently I have it mounted vertically because I'm still waiting on Cable Mod to do their 90-degree adapter, which I desperately need to fit this thing horizontally, because then I can record stuff on console on this PC, which I'm trying to do, but can't do it right now because I have it mounted vertically. But yeah, 7950X, got the Strix 4090 in there, and then a million fans and all the storage in the world. These are all Lian Li fans, so I can customize them. It looks nice and fancy. This thing is insane. Like I said, Power GPU absolutely killed it. It's in a Lian Li 011 Dynamic XL case, in case you were wondering. It's got like a 1300 watt power supply. This thing is a monster. And then, yeah, we got some cable racks. The management is okay. Again, like I said, out of sight, out of mind. You'll notice that the cables really aren't on the desk all that much, which is fine with me. Underneath definitely needs some work, but it is what it is. Also on the ground back there, I've got another UPS power supply in case there were to be like a power outage or something. That can just let me shut down my computer nice and safe. Then I got a couple of foot pedals. This one is for the streaming PC, so I can mute and unmute in Discord. And then this one I only got because of voice chat in Warzone 2, so I can press that and I can talk in game. Obviously, I don't want to take my hands off of the controller when I'm playing to talk in game, so I can just move up my foot over to that, and it's nice and easy there. And then I think the only thing we haven't talked about here is the chair. This is a Herman Miller Aeron chair. I've learned over the years that you gotta stop buying stuff that has gaming in the name. I've used a lot of gaming chairs. I've used a lot of gaming headsets. I've used a lot of other gaming stuff, and their quality is all right, but then I started going for office-based stuff and professional branded stuff, and it's just so much better. This chair is incredible. I've had 2 of these now. I actually gave another one into the office in our house so that everyone else could use it. Then I got this one because I kind of like the black look as well. And it is so comfortable. I love this thing. Obviously, I'm sitting here the majority of the day, so you gotta have a great chair, and this thing is incredible. So this is essentially the view that I get on a daily basis, except I have the window open. I just didn't want to have that open because you guys wouldn't be able to see a thing in here if I didn't. So that is my current office here, my best office yet. It is, it's been a long time coming to get all this. It's not like all this happened overnight. Some of the stuff has been in here for years. And also, a little disclaimer here, you don't need half of this. You don't need the majority of this to be able to make videos. You can make videos with a phone, with a laptop, with a very basic computer. This is all overkill because you guys have put me in a position where obviously I'm very blessed and I'm able to use some of this stuff and get some of this stuff to perfect my video quality and make the best content I possibly can, but this is far from necessary. So don't look at this and say, okay, I have to have these monitors, I have to have that computer, I have to have, you know, those keyboards, that controller. It's not the case. You can make do with very little and still make incredibly good quality content. It's just on you as a creator and not on the gear that you're using always. So yeah, that's my office tour for this year. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm terrible at this IRL vlogging type stuff, so hopefully the video was bearable and you guys could watch it all. But that's gonna wrap things up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and into the distance we go. This is my outro. This is awful. Peace out.